Hello, everybody. So I'm going live today on Instagram as well as in the Facebook group to talk to you about a mindful eating meditation. So we're going to begin this with talking about mindful eating. So whenever you arrive, whoever gets here, please grab yourself your favorite guilty food. So I grabbed chocolate for this. So you can grab chocolate, you can grab pizza, bread, anything that you often restrict that you deem as this is an unhealthy food, but I really love it. So welcome to everyone that just joined. You're going to want to grab yourself some sort of a guilty food or some sort of a food that you can eat for the meditation. So you can go with something like chocolate, like I grabbed, or you can grab yourself an orange or something really simple will work too. But it works best when it's done with a food that you have an unhealthy relationship with. So what we're going to be talking about today is mindful eating. Hi Malka, welcome. So you're welcome to comment throughout this live and share with me your thoughts on this. So what I want to start with is what mindful eating is. Mindful eating is part of intuitive eating. It's a big part of it because it's a technique that allows you to really connect with your body and connect with your food. So it's honoring your hunger, honoring your fullness, finding true satisfaction with food, and taking into account the different emotions that come up, and we choose to sometimes eat those emotions. So being mindful is knowing what those are and then eating in a way that is healthy and not used to cope with those emotions. So mindfulness-based therapy, there's a quote from Harvard Health that says mindfulness-based therapy helps people enjoy their food more and have less sense of struggle about controlling their eating. So I believe that learning this method of slowing down, checking in with yourself, doing a hunger scan are super important for you being connected to your body and for you learning to slow down, to have appreciation for your food and for you. So if you just got here, like I said, grab yourself some sort of a food to eat. We're going to get to the meditation in a moment, but I want to talk to you first about some unhealthy eating patterns. So unhealthy eating patterns include impulsive eating. So if you eat in an unconscious way, so you run to the kitchen and you grab whatever food you have available and you just eat it because you waited till your hunger level was at like about a 10. Like I'm starving and I could eat anything in sight. You didn't check in with yourself ahead of time and say, what would I like to eat? So this can be a way that you might feel bloat, you might feel guilt for eating that food, and you're going to feel some sort of discomfort with that. Another thing is having restrictive eating patterns. So telling yourself, the food police voice saying like, I'm not allowed to eat that, it's bad for me, or I'm only allowed to have sweets once a week. I can have cake only if the other people are eating cake, or I'm not allowed to have bread till that pair of jeans that I've been trying to fit in actually fits me. And then another thing that is an unhealthy eating pattern is coping. So emotional eating, using food to cope with our emotions. That's why I said grab your favorite guilty food today, because we want to work on healing our relationship with that food. So I grabbed chocolate because most of my life I had an unhealthy relationship with chocolate. So I felt bad when I would eat it. I felt guilty eating it, or I didn't know when to stop eating it. So when we work on mindful eating, what we're talking about is how can I eat all the foods available in the world, but in a healthy and moderate way. So this is best done with something like that. And what I want to talk about next is that this concept of like having this conversation with your body, of checking in with your hunger, your fullness, and your emotions, and finding satisfaction with your food, are a big part of what we do in my intuitive eating course, and this runs every 2 months. It's completely self-study, except for 2 live Q&As and an accountability buddy, and it's about healing your relationship with food and your body. So the next course starts actually in a week, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out about that. I also have a free course trial, so you can try that as well. But what we're doing now is kind of like a mini version of the course, like just a sneak preview at some of the material covered there. So if you have any questions, you can post those. We're going to begin now with this mindful eating meditation. So like I said, have your food ready and find yourself a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your knees. Just have the food sitting in front of you, just so that it's available, because your eyes are going to be closed the whole time. So we're going to bring the hands to the knees, palms facing upward. Root the sit bones into the earth, into your chair. Roll your shoulders back, lengthen the crown of your head up, and gently close your eyes. Now take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, down the back body to the base of the spine. And exhale out your mouth. One more time, let's take a full circular motion with that breath. Inhale through the nose, tracking the breath down the back body to the base of the spine. And then exhaling up the front body and out the mouth. And then just begin to soften everything in your body. Soften the space behind your eyes. Soften your jaw, your tongue, the clenching of your teeth. Soften your shoulders, your hands, your fingers. No gripping, just letting go. Your chest muscles, your belly, your hips. Let your belly be free. No holding anything in, but just let it be open and relaxed, like Buddha belly. Relax the knees, relax the ankles, and relax the toes. Let your toes just be open. Make sure you're not clenching anything here. If you're feeling quite tense today, that might be a little bit more challenging for you. So you can use this next breath to just take a big exhale and let everything be a bit more open. Still not working for you, then keep doing that. Keep exhaling out. And now we will begin the mindful eating technique. So first we'll do a check-in. Notice how you're feeling on an emotional level right now. Take a note of what emotions are present with you in this moment. Letting that come with curiosity. We're just putting a label on it. We're not questioning it. And then notice how you're doing on a mental level. Are you feeling more calm or are you feeling more anxious? Maybe somewhere in the middle. How have your thoughts been today? Are they spaced out or are they close together? Again, just noting whatever comes up on a mental level. And lastly, checking in with your physical body. Noticing how it feels today. Does it feel relaxed? Does it feel tense? Do you have any kind of pain, like a bloated belly or a headache? Notice what's present with you. Now that we have those details of our emotional, mental, and physical states, just keep those in our mind. Be mindful of that when we go into eating this food. So the next thing we're going to do is check in with our hunger. So notice how hungry you feel on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being I'm starving and 0 being I'm not hungry at all. So just put a number on that. And having all of this information in mind, I want you to grab the food next to you, keep your eyes closed, put it in your hands, and bring it up to your nose. Smell this food. Notice if the smell is satisfying for you. And based on that previous information, notice if you want to take a bite now. And if you do, you can take a bite of the food, put it in your mouth. It's hard to talk when I'm eating too. And just notice how it tastes for you. Feeling it in your mouth, feeling your senses perk. And then rate this bite on the satisfaction scale, on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being like, this is so yummy, I love it. And 0 being, I don't really like the taste of it. And then start to chew the bite, enjoying it. Swallowing it. Just letting that sit with you for a moment. Now check in with yourself and see if you'd like to have another bite. And if you would, take another bite, put it in your mouth, taste it, and then rate this bite compared to the last bite on the satisfaction scale. Is it just as satisfying as that bite? Is it more satisfying, or is it less satisfying? Slowly tasting it, chewing it, and swallowing it. Now, set your plate down for a moment. And I want you to truly ask yourself if you'd like to have more, or if you're feeling satisfied in this moment. Just based on your hunger and your satisfaction, as well as your fullness. Fullness might have not kicked in yet, but it's nice to take this little pause. Now, if you'd like, you can take another bite. Again, putting it in your mouth, and then rating the level of satisfaction compared to the previous bite. Take your time to chew this, and if you don't want to take another bite, you don't have to. You can just sit here with me. Chewing it and swallowing it, and enjoying every moment of it. And then setting your plate down again, putting your hands onto your belly, and just feeling this nourishing food inside of you. Even if it doesn't feel like a nourishing food, it still tasted good right now. You still enjoyed it. Now, if you want to later to come back to this, you can continue to take more bites, checking your level of satisfaction, and then making sure to take those pauses to notice how full you're feeling. Well, we're going to finish this meditation here together by taking a deep breath into the belly and then exhaling out the mouth. allowing ourselves to just feel this slow presence with our food and with our bodies and with its signals to us. Just gently open the eyes, coming into a soft gaze. And just noticing if there's anything you want to share about this. You can comment that here, you can comment it now, or you can comment it later, of any realizations you had. So when I first did this, I'll start with mine and maybe you have something to share after. I noticed that I really like chocolate, but it's very intense, especially dark chocolate. I can't have a lot of it. So when I eat it in a really mindful way, then I don't eat a lot of it because it's something that's super, super strong. So I can't allow myself to just eat it really fast because it's a special food. It's a novelty food for me. I also notice when I do this with actual meals that sometimes I don't like something. It needs more salt, or it needs more sauce, or it has too much sauce. So it's a good thing to do is to just check in with yourself and see, how can I make this meal more satisfying to me? Because when these meals are more satisfying to us, we're more likely to eat a portion that feels comfortable for us and not eat too much, because we actually enjoyed each bite rather than focusing on the next bite ahead. And also setting down the fork in between, giving yourself a moment to just notice how full you're feeling. And it's okay to do this. The best way to go about it is to give yourself plenty of time to eat a meal. So if you feel like you have a really busy day, then maybe you don't eat a big meal at that time. You can space it out into periods of time. You can try a few different techniques, that, or you can just wait to eat it when you have more time. But the worst thing you can do is eat in front of your computer, eat in a rushed manner, eat in an unconscious way, or to eat through your emotions. So just to run through this mindful eating technique again, what we're going to do is we're going to check in with our emotions. How are you feeling on a physical, mental, and emotional level? Check in with your hunger. Start to eat the food, noticing the level of satisfaction you have and your fullness throughout the meal. So that is like the most basic level of the mindful eating technique, and it's hard to do all of those at every single meal. So what I recommend is just whatever sticks with you, to do that, to focus on that. So comment your takeaways and let me know how this was for you. And again, if you want to go deeper, if you have more questions about this, my intuitive eating course starts in about a week. So reach out to me for that or for the free trial of it. And that's all. Thank you all so much.